Semen retention is one of those practices that sounds simple when you first hear about it, but the deeper you go into it, the more you realize it transforms almost every single area of your life in ways you never expected. Most people only think of semen retention in terms of energy or willpower, but one of the most underrated effects is how it changes the way people treat you, how they respond to your presence, and most importantly, how they begin to respect your space without you having to say a word. When you learn to control your urges instead of being controlled by them, something shifts in the way you carry yourself, and that shift is powerful enough to command respect. Before I explain how exactly this works and why it's so effective, make sure you join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description, because there we go even deeper into these topics and build a community that actually supports your growth. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like people don't take your boundaries seriously? Like no matter how politely you ask for space, they still cross the line, they still push, they still treat you as if your word doesn't have weight. Why do you think that happens? You think it's because people are naturally disrespectful? Or is it because something in your energy, in your aura, is not strong enough to demand that respect? Get your thoughts in the comment section, because I want to hear your perspective. And this is a topic where different experiences will give us deeper clarity. Now here's the thing about semen retention. It's not just about holding in seed for the sake of holding it in. What it does to you over time is that it creates density in your presence. People can feel it even if they don't know why. Think about it this way. When you are constantly draining yourself, chasing temporary pleasures, giving in to urges, your body language reflects it. You slouch more, your voice loses its edge, your eyes become dull, and you carry yourself with a certain softness that others unconsciously read as weakness. On the other hand, when you retain, your testosterone stays higher, your energy is not wasted, and your body language naturally sharpens. Your back straightens, your voice gains depth, your eyes hold a steady gaze, and your movements become more intentional. You don't even need to try to look intimidating. You don't need to act tough, because the energy of discipline speaks louder than words. People feel it, and without you even realizing it, they begin to respect your space. Have you noticed how certain people can walk into a room and instantly everyone knows not to mess with them? They don't have to shout. They don't have to fight for attention. Their presence alone sets the tone. That's exactly what semen retention does for you. It creates a silent authority. This authority is not fake. It's not about puffing your chest or pretending to be something you're not. It comes from actual inner control. When you can control your sexual urges, which are the strongest urges a man has, then naturally, people sense that you're not the kind of man who can be easily manipulated or walked over. But here's the interesting part. Respect is not just about dominance. Respect is about balance. People respect your space when they sense that you respect yourself. And semen retention is one of the most direct ways to show that you respect yourself. You're saying no to cheap dopamine. You're saying no to quick release. Saying no to wasting the very essence that creates life. And in doing that, you're saying yes to your goals, yes to your health, yes to your future. This yes radiates through you, and people start noticing it in subtle ways. They may not even be able to put it into words, but they'll say things like, "You've changed. You seem more focused. You're harder to distract." That's the early signs of respect taking root. Now I want to pause and ask you another question. When was the last time someone respected your space without you having to argue or explain yourself? Was it recent, or does it feel like it almost never happens? Be honest, because your answer might reveal whether your energy right now is commanding respect or giving it away to isolate. Comment your experience, because when you reflect on it openly, you'll see how much your behavior and your energy have shaped the way people treat you. Let's break it down further. Respect is not something you demand, it's something you earn. But with semen retention, you're earning it in silence. Every day that you retain, you're not just saving fluid, you're building internal strength. That strength shows in your micro-expressions, your posture, your discipline, and even your silence. When someone talks too much, people tune them out. But when a man who retains speaks, his words carry weight because his silence already carried weight. This is the paradox. Retention makes your silence more powerful than most people's words. When your silence is powerful, people don't cross your boundaries easily, because they feel that invisible wall of authority around you. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I've tried retention before and I didn't see people respecting me more. If that's you, then listen carefully. Retention alone is not enough. Retention is the foundation, But how you channel that energy is what completes the transformation. If you're retaining, but still spending your energy on meaningless distractions, still acting without purpose, then people will not see you as a man of value. Retention gives you raw power, but you have to shape that power into discipline, into productivity, into purpose. When you do that, then the respect you get will feel natural, not forced. Think about athletes, warriors, or monks throughout history. These were men who practiced forms of semen retention, either through discipline, training, or vows. Why do you think people bowed to their presence even without them asking for it? It's because their energy was consolidated. They weren't leaking their power everywhere. They embodied control, and control commands respect. Another practical way retention helps you earn respect is through your ability to say no. Most men can't say no. They're too scared to disappoint others, too desperate for approval, or too addicted to pleasure. But when you retain, your willpower grows. You stop being a yes man. You stop agreeing to things that go against your values. You start drawing lines. The moment you start drawing lines, people begin to see where your boundaries are. Even if they don't like it, they respect it, because deep down, everyone respects a man who stands firm. Now let's be real. Respect is not about making everyone like you. In fact, sometimes respect means people won't like you because you're no longer easy to manipulate. But that's a good thing. Being liked is cheap. Being respected is priceless. Tension moves you from being the man everyone uses to being the man everyone notices. Your energy will repel some people, especially those who are used to exploiting weak boundaries. But it will also attract people who value strength, discipline, and focus. At this point, I want you to imagine your future self 6 months into retention. Imagine your eyes sharper, your body language more confident, your voice steadier. Imagine how people respond to you when you walk into a room, how they naturally make space, how they think twice before wasting your time. Wouldn't that feel powerful? Wouldn't that feel like the respect you've been searching for? This is not fantasy. This is what consistent retention creates. And let me make one thing clear. Respect is not just external. The deeper benefit is that you begin to respect yourself. That's the ultimate key. When you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I control myself, I don't betray myself, I don't waste myself, that inner respect radiates outward. Other people are just reflecting back to you what you already believe about yourself. If you see yourself as valuable, they will too. If you see yourself as weak, they will treat you that way. Retention changes that self-image at the root. Now I want to challenge you. For the next week, try retention with full intention. Don't just avoid release. Channel your energy into workouts, into reading, into building skills, into working on your goals. Then notice how people treat you differently. Pay attention to their eye contact, to the way they listen when you speak, to the way they respect your personal space. Share your results in the comments after that week, because I guarantee you'll see changes if you do it with focus. Before I wrap this up, I need to remind you of something important. Retention is not about suppressing your sexual energy. It's about mastering it. Suppression creates tension. Mastery creates power. When you master it, you don't walk around frustrated. You walk around calm and unshakable. That calmness is exactly what makes people respect you. You're not desperate. You're not needy. You're not reactive. You're grounded. And people instinctively honor grounded energy. So the real secret to making people respect your space through semen retention is not magic. It's simply energy, discipline, and presence working together. Retain your seed, channel that energy into growth, stand firm in your boundaries, and you'll notice that respect flows to you naturally. You won't have to beg for it, you won't have to fight for it, and you won't have to explain yourself endlessly. Respect will become the silent aura you carry with you everywhere you go. If you found this message resonating with you, if while listening you felt like I was talking directly about your life, it's because this practice is something every man struggles with at some level, and it's time you take it seriously. So once again, make sure you join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description, where we dive even deeper and share insights that will keep you strong on this path. And finally, if you want to support this work and contribute, hit the thanks button in the description. Every contribution motivates me to keep sharing this knowledge and helping men like you step into their full potential.